All right, brand new segment. Here I am behind the couch. Now, we don't just have to put up with the pictures of the boys. We got Dos there. We got Hawley. The real thing's going to join us. Jimbo's going to get them up on the screen, on the split screen, the ESPN-style split screen. Can you still see me with those lights? Hey, there we are. They're the boys. Hawley, Dos on the line. How we feeling, fellas?
Not bad, mate. Fully fit now.
Yeah, fully fit. Dos, now you're sounding a little worse for wear. We did a test earlier and it didn't sound fantastic. Can you speak?
Fellas, how we doing? No, I'm not fully fit at all. Influenza A and battling immensely.
Well, you're a trooper. You always show up for the Outback QB. That's what we love about you. Hawley, where does this put you on the depth chart? I mean, I'm the only one playing, but is Dos rested for the week? Are you QB2 at the moment? Or if it was a big game, would you get up?
Yeah, I'm up, mate. Doss's weak immune system seems to hurt him. It's like having a poor offensive line. Just everything gets through to the quarterback. But no, I had a little scare yesterday, Kurt. Woke up with razor blades in my throat and thought it's better off not risking it and infecting yourself. So I thought this was probably the safest option. And obviously Dos is very ill. So here we are.
All right, selfless moves from you boys. It's weird, though. It used to be me that was getting sick every 5 seconds. I reckon I had a run of about 7 episodes in our early years where I was crook. Now, Dos 2 in 4 weeks. Maybe we need to swap some notes or listen to what Hawley's doing.
Well, Kurt, this is what happens, you see, when you have people come and visit you and they bring viruses into your household.
Are you going to name and shame? This sounds like a name and shame coming
Go
up.
on, Dos, name and shame.
I won't because it's family in all 3 instances of COVID and influenza both times.
Well, that narrows it down. Any family, if you've visited Dos in the last 7 days, you know.
He only has 2 families. He's got his mum and dad here. Could only be them.
All right, boys, let's get on with the shelf of shame. Nice new segment because, look, we've got these beautiful stubby holders and we like to do little visual gags. It used to be the pyramid of power, Dos. Now it's the shelf of shame. We're skewing negative on this show. It's a new year, new us, and more negativity. There are 10 teams, lads, who are 0 and 2. 10 teams that are 0 and 2. And we're going to try and decide between us which of those belong on the shelf of shame because not everyone who is 0 and 2 means they've had a shameful start. Some have different expectations, but, some should be on the shelf. So I've got it here, little title shelf of shame. You might be able to see that. I've got a couple of other things on the shelf as well. I want to make it clear this segment is the shelf of shame, but this segment of the shelf, this separate one, this is the shelf of honor and goodness, right? Because it's brought to us by Coast and Smoke, coastandsmoke.com.au. We've got the drop-in jerk, we've got the surf paddle grill, we've got the Southwest rub. 10% off. Use code OUTBACK. We're having the Kansas City cook-up with Jimbo soon. It's barbecue season. Get around them. They're one of the big reasons this show is getting better. Them and also 4 Bros Coffee. I've had 3 of them today. It's too many. I got to slow down, but it's just damn good stuff. Our code OUTBACK, 10% off. Make sure you get around 4 Bros Coffee. The other thing we've got up here as well, and I asked you about this today, Dos. I want to make sure that my information is correct. I've got the Comment Hall of Fame up here because we have had some big names, really big names, comment on our Instagram posts over the last little while. Number 1 on the Comment Hall of Fame is Terrell Owens. Number 2 on the Comment Hall of Fame is Austin Eckler. And that was on the one, Dos, where you were mocking him for doing the first down symbol. And then he commented and we had to backtrack like idiots.
When they were down 63-20 to the Raiders, yeah, and you got the first down.
Yeah, that's right, with about 5 minutes to go. So they're the only 2 players that have commented. So number 3 at the moment, I've just put Ronnie Maidment, your mum. So we need another player to replace Ronnie, but she's currently 3rd on the power rankings. Hawley, will Josie be upset with that?
She will be, as she was the first host of the podcast.
Yeah, well, she got a special Hall of Fame. I don't know. I'll come up with something for Josie.
Can we add in another Hall of Fame, Curtis?
Yeah, sure.
Outback quarterback hosts being recognised in public as an Outback quarterback host.
Yes.
Because it happened.
Goodness me.
How did you forget about it? How did we not bring that up straight away on the podcast?
Yeah, sorry, man. It's been a big day. Please, regale us with your tale. You're at the footy, right?
I was at the footy. Yeah, Whitey and I were at the footy sinking a couple of beers, which could be why I was feeling a little bit sick on Monday.
Right. I knew it.
Possibly. But that was Friday night. Hey, you were at the footy Friday night as well.
Yeah,
I was going to say, on Monday.
Like I ended up working on Sunday, so I might have exhausted myself. However, it's not important. We're standing at the glass in the game room, and this guy came up to me and said, "Excuse me, mate, are you Hawley from the Outback quarterback, and obviously I am, and he called me QB3, which is offensive to begin with.
That's
But
great.
then his name was Adam Abelay Dos.
Oh,
Maybe?
yeah.
Adam Abilene, yep.
Abelay, big Green Bay Packers fan. And Whitey and I actually sat there and watched the entire game with him and his mate. And I've got his phone number, and I need to message him because we're going to go for a hit of golf very soon.
What a man of the people. Incredible.
There you go.
Incredible.
Dos won. Hawley won.
Mm.
Curtis just waiting.
Yeah. I don't really like being recognized in public with my other job. It's normally good if I don't get recognized. So I'm happy to be on a 0 there. Producer Jim will get recognized before me. He made a debut on our Instagram today. All right. That's a great story, Hawley. Congratulations. You're on the board. We'll put that up. Let's get into the shelf of shame. Shelf of shame. Now, there's 10 teams, like I said, 0-2. I want to start with an easy one. We need a majority. We've got the Chicago Bears. They capitulated against the Vikings in the last quarter last week, in week 1, and they were pathetic, as I said, against the Lions. Ben Johnson was embarrassed on his return. They talk tough. They never do anything. Boys, is there any objection to putting the Chicago Bears as the first entrant on the 2025 shelf of shame?
Nah, not for me, mate. They got absolutely blown out on the weekend. Get them up there.
Dos, you happy with that?
I'm fine for the Bears to go on there. How many teams what's the space availability on the shelf?
Oh, I'm not going to put a limit on it. I reckon it's whatever we vote. We've got just got to keep the integrity.
All right.
Whatever happens, happens. The Jets. Now they were close.
Week 1 was a good effort.
Yeah,
Was it?
well, they were close. 34-32 lost to the Steelers. Was respectable. There was some positivity, perhaps. But then, they're pathetic against the Bills. Justin Fields looked concussed even before he got concussed. And now they've got Tyrod Taylor back. We're seriously back with the Jets and Tyrod Taylor. So what are we doing here, Dos?
Defensively, they've done nothing for 2 weeks. Get them up there.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm sick of making excuses for them just because I like their uniform. The Dolphins smashed by the...
Get them up there. Don't even need to worry about it. Just get them up there.
Well, they got close with the Pats, right?
They suck, man.
Okay. Shelf of shame.
I had high hopes for the Dolphins this year.
I didn't. I was bagging them all off
Yeah,
season.
you guys didn't, but I did. Man.
Okay. Cleveland
I'm not
Browns.
sure why you did, to be quite honest. But anyway.
Cleveland Browns is an interesting one. Very interesting. They missed the win in week 1, mainly due to missed kicks, which is a popular problem for the Browns. And then they got smashed by the Ravens. I don't know why you previewed this game last week. That was an outrageous choice.
Let me just have a look, because Dos, did you say yeah. So I stand by that, because Cleveland had more yards than Baltimore.
Yeah, so they've outgained. That was a comment I sent through to you boys.
They outgained Baltimore on the weekend and
That's
got
amazing.
smashed.
And last week.
What did you say? They're the first team ever to outgain their opposition in the first 2 weeks and lose both weeks?
First time they've done it in their franchise history.
Oh, they've done it. So I think they can hold steady for a minute, Kurt. We can't put everyone up there.
No, I agree. I think the fact that they got close to the Bengals, yes, they lost it in a Brownsy way, but they got close in week 1. That was probably more than we expected. I'm happy to keep them off.
Give them another week.
All right, Dos, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, all right. Borderline.
I mean, you can still vote for them on the shelf of shame, but it's 2-1, so they'd stay off anyway. Now, let's look at an interesting one. I know you guys want to get to this. The Kansas City Chiefs. Now, they're 0-2, and I've said it, and it's in the ticker along the bottom. First time that they've been 0-2 since 2014 with Alex Smith as QB. They were close with the Chargers in Brazil, but they lost. It wasn't terrible, wasn't good. They were close against the Eagles yesterday. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't good. What do we think? Where do we put the Chiefs?
They're actually 0-3 this year, and I think they're the only team in the league that is 0-3 this year, because they lost the Super Bowl earlier in the year. Different season, but the same year. So I'm putting them up there.
Just trying to think if there's any other team that lost a playoff that's now gone 0-2. Well, they're not 0-3, mate. It's a new season. Obviously, they're not 0-3.
That's why I said this year, not this season.
It's a terrible call.
Dos.
It's the truth.
Dos.
They're 0-3 this year.
About all the other teams that played in the
they're not
calendar year
actually
and the start of the
0-3
year.
this year because they won playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. Remember the playoffs in January?
They're 0-3 in their last 3 games. Is what you might not be able to hear properly with the connection.
Mate, this is the strongest the connection's ever been in Musclecat. We've got the most powerful Ethernet cable this side of the border.
All right. Let's work on this season then. You needed to be specific when you announce the Hall of Shame rules.
Shelf of shame. Come on, mate.
Shelf
Get the
of
segment
Shame
right.
rules. There we go.
I'll defer to Doss. What do you think? I'm open to be swayed either
Nah.
way here.
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Okay.
2 teams
Simple.
they've lost to will be playoff teams.
Houston Texans easily beaten by the Rams and a close loss today to the Bucks. What do you think?
The Rams the Rams are just always expected to be a good team. The Bucks today was a genuine 50-50.
I think it's
And the
worrying, but it's not
Texans
shameful.
should have won.
They should have.
I don't think they were.
Baker's so good.
Yeah, so they shouldn't have won. Their quarterback wasn't as good as Baker, was he?
All right, no, Texans aren't on. Let's keep going. The Tennessee Titans, they've had 2 honourable games. We didn't expect them to win hardly any this year. I think we can say they've been okay. They've been probably as good as we thought they would be, right?
They've been as bad as we thought they'd be, yeah.
That's another way to spin it. I don't think it's shame-worthy yet, is it? Rookie QB.
Well, if
finding
you're
their
going to put
feet.
it that way, then no, because they're led by a rookie, so you're going to judge them differently.
New York Giants. Now, this is a weird one. They were bad
Nah,
against the Commanders. They were just as bad as they have been in the past few years. And then they bowled out against the Cowboys in an overtime thriller that we'll talk about very soon. But they still lost. They still lost, and they still made their errors at the time when they couldn't make those errors. So, Doss, where are the Giants at? Has this been a shameful start for the New York Giants? Or, I don't know. I was so big on them, on their defense, and they conceded 40 to the Cowboys.
Defensively, yes, it's been pretty shameful. It's been horrendous. Secondary is terrible. I don't mind if they're on there. I can see the reason of not having them on there if you want to look at the offensive side of things.
Now,
I'm
you know
fine
what?
with keeping them off for this week.
I reckon put them on. It's time to start winning.
I
What do you
think
think,
if
Hawley?
you're going to have the Jets on there, then you have to have the Giants.
I
Yeah,
agree.
go
The
on, put them on.
Giants
Yeah.
have done exactly what the Jets have done this year, except week 1 and 2 have been reversed.
And sorry, Big Red, one of our biggest New York Giants fans, because he wrote in today saying he's also sick, like our esteemed hosts. So not only is he sick, his beloved Giants still don't win, and now they're on the shelf of shame. 2 teams to go. The Carolina Panthers, boys. What are we getting from these guys? We were so disappointed week 1 against Jacksonville, and then we were encouraged. We were encouraged against the Cardinals. Well, not for the first 3 quarters, but in the last quarter, and then they still didn't get it done. So, I don't know, Hawley, these are your boys. What do you think?
They have to be on the shelf of shame, unfortunately. Yep.
Very somber delivery.
Well, like you said, we expected more. I think we're going to review this game, aren't we? But the first 10 minutes was horrible. They couldn't finish the game off with a game-winning drive. In between, that wasn't too bad, but they still lost.
Yeah,
They
they
haven't
did.
improved.
Doss, Panthers,
Put them on.
shelf of shame. All right, last one is the New Orleans Saints, and I was so off this team in the offseason, and yes, they're 0-2, but I will not hear of them being put on the shelf of shame yet because they've been respectable. They've been at least respectable. Spencer Rattler played the best game of his career on the weekend. Yes, they didn't get it done, but I tell you what, there are some glimmers of hope there with Spencer. I'm just saying. Doss, you don't seem to agree, stifling a cough.
Yeah, sorry, I will be going on mute quite a lot while I cough.
You
so
did
you
it
don't hear that
masterfully.
into the microphone. No, I want them on there.
You want them on there?
Yeah,
Why? Am I being too lenient?
I think so.
I think so too. If you're going to have the Giants on there, just put up like 500 yards.
That's true.
You can't not have Spencer Rattler-led Saints on there, Curtis.
That's true. I guess the teams are coming from different bases, right? Like the Saints are coming from. What did we say their over/under was for wins? 1.5.
Not really.
2.5, I think it was.
Saints
And we still went under.
Saints is 4.5. Giants are only like 5.5. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Like,
Well, we'll
Anyway.
we'll revisit this in a couple of weeks. It's a strong start. And, I mean, we're pulling no punches. Shelf of shame. Look at that camera angle. I like that.
Oh, nice.
Saints, Giants, Panthers, Dolphins, Jets, Bears, shelf of shame. We'll be back in just a second with our deeper game reviews. Producer Jim just delivering scene after scene.